Welcome back to Star Enlightenment Channel. Again, here with another good live. So, right now, today we're gonna talk about gifts, talents, and abilities, and we're gonna talk about the spirituality of gifts, talents, and abilities. This is important. This is important to understand because this can help anybody and everybody. But it's important to understand gifts, talents, and abilities, and I'm talking about the spirituality of it, how they coming about, why we have them, and how to develop them. Right. So, when we talk about the spirituality, right, the spirituality of gifts, talents, and abilities, understand first off, the first thing you want to understand is the more work you put into a craft, the more it develops over time. So, understand just right off the bat, the more work you put into a craft, the more it develops over time. So we all know this anyway, right? Like you want to get better at art, you want to get better at writing papers, essays, you want to become a better writer and journalist, author, or you want to become a better musician, you want to become better at certain sports, you want to whatever it is that you're trying to be better at, anything, welding, building, anything, understand that these are actual a part of our mini chakra systems. We have the main chakra systems. These are actually, and then okay, so let me retract. How they say we have like seven main chakras, which is really more than that. But how they say we have seven big main ones, and then we also have like hundreds and hundreds of mini ones. This is what they mean by when they talk about the mini ones, because these are all different awarenesses. And the more you put work into a craft, you build that particular awarenesses. Now, I told you, depending on the realm that you in, you might go to another realm where the chakra systems there that you build and create for yourself don't resonate with any of these chakras that we resonate with here. So they'll play out completely different. You have to relearn something else new. But since you here, if you do end up coming back here and come into a realm that's similar to this one, in this same vibrational standpoint, then a lot of times this is how you build a gift and talent, because you work at something really hard. You do it for most of your life, right? And then you end up getting good at it. Your next life you come in, whether you want to continue pursuing that or not, that'll be a gift that you have. Some people done it so much that they don't even care about their gift no more. They tired of singing. They tired of doing music. They tired of being an author. They tired of writing journaling. They tired of sports. They tired of whatever they was good at. You see what I'm saying? Because these are oneness that you built with you, and energy doesn't get created or destroyed a lot of times, so it gets carried with you. So that's still a remnants of yourself and your spirit that you'll manifest in your next life, is being good at that, or already being familiar with that energy in some shape or form. But yes, the more you work on a particular thing, the more work and effort you put in. So say you trash it rapping, right? Let's use rapping, a form of poetry. Say you trash it rapping right now, right? But you like, say you young and you like, okay, um, I want to dedicate the rest of my life to rapping. So you constantly put in effort every day to get better at rapping, right? Eventually what's going to happen is you're going to slowly but surely get better. And some people, they may learn faster than others in this because they're already resonating on a certain frequency to catch up on certain things, so they may learn it faster. But then you might be slower, but it don't matter. No matter how long or slow it take, eventually you're going to get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, and over time you're going to grasp a better not only understanding of rap, but a better skill at it as well. You know what I'm saying? And so, say by the time the person you pass away, right? Say you went from being 0%. First you was 0%. You was straight trash at rap. But then by the time you passed away, you put so much work in the rap. Say that went up to like 50%, 55%. So you know how to do a little something now. And that in the next life, if you come into the same vessel or similar vessel, aka back to earth or something similar in the physical realm of reality in some shape or form, then when you might find yourself being gravitated to rapping again, you might rap, and you might start off even earlier being a rapper. You see what I'm saying? And then you might be in a situation where you quickly not only are aware of the skill of rapping, because it's a skill you don't accumulate a little bit, but you might keep working and doing it in that lifetime. You might be even way better before, so you might go from 55 to being like a 70, 80%, to the point where you might even start making music and start making revenue off of it. So basically, everything is expansion. People didn't just start out being, well, there is such thing as people being start out being good with stuff, even if they was their first time in life. But usually there's a snowball effect, an accumulation. You see what I'm saying? An expansion in that area of life that that person has participated in for a while, and has built energy in that energy signature. So in their next life, they bring that same substance with them. So they be just as good, a lot of times better, usually even better because you know you're a lot better at it than when you first started. So then you go into it and that be something you already be a natural at. This is where you get some people that just natural at certain things, just natural at certain art. Like, oh, they're natural. You see, oh, he was born to do this. Like literally, you already equipped it this type of information, knowledge, and skill set in the previous lifetime, and then in the next lifetime or this lifetime, you still familiar with that. So that's already a skill you still have. Now I was saying some people, even if it was, say it was one of your first lifetimes learning about it and you good at it, everybody's spirit is different and birth from a different perspective, a different space. You see what I'm saying? From a different point of view, and different spirits resonate with different energies. So you might be a spirit that was born in a certain from a certain particular spirit that just you being yourself, you naturally good at certain things because that spirit might have resonate more so with the throat chakra, with the communication energy. Think about somebody being a starfleet seed from Sirius constellation or something like that. I'm just giving examples. So did that deal with a lot of communication, right? So you by default going to be naturally a little bit better with certain things dealing with the throat chakra, like communication, speaking, voice, um, and everything that come with. Sometimes even music, if that happens to be the case. Um, you know what I'm saying? And so that's how different things can play out. But what's another good one I can say? Um, there's many different things, but basically depending on how a person was born, like I said, because same way as above so below, same way we physically born out here in the flesh, we was born in spirits too. Your actual soul was birthed from a particular spirit. This where you get the concept of soul, family, spirit, family, twin flame, soulmate, this, that, and all that. Because same way we were physically born in the physical vessel from our physical mother and our physical family, there's a spiritual birth too, where our very soul and essence of who we are without this body was birthed from a particular spirit that is much greater than ours, that is ascended higher than ours, that is more expanded than ours, and it bursts us out as well so below, right? So that's another thing to understand too. So depending on the positioning and spectrum of relative space that a spirit was in, that you got birth from, your particular spirit, you see what I'm saying? You might be resonating with a particular chakra. You might resonate more so with the sexual chakras, with that energy right there. Another person, you might be resonating more so with the higher chakras and creativity and imagination and spirituality. Another person might, you see what I'm saying, be more so by maybe the knees or from another part of an area dealing with a certain type of chakra that deal with stability in their life. You see what I'm saying? Or travel in life. See what I'm saying? So it's all different ways about it and how to go about it and understand yourself. And then you'll understand yourself more so the more you go within too and meditate, and then your spirit leads you on certain paths of finding who you are, and you know what I'm saying. You get down up all of that, but yeah. Now I'm gonna go over let's say, okay, so past lives and future. I kind of already went over this, but like, so like I mentioned, like with a past life, you already was doing certain things, you was doing a certain skill set that whether you was good at it or not, you put a lot of energy work into doing that. So you took up a lot of time and energy in your previous life doing a particular thing. Say it was culinary cooking. So then in the next life, you're gonna be even that much better at cooking because that's an awareness and expansion and contraction. What you was good at previously before, you keep doing that in that life, you're gonna build even more because everything, every area of life is just an accumulation. It's a snowball effect. It's an expansion and contraction. The more energy and awareness you put into something, the better you're gonna be in the next life because everything is. But that's why I say you don't have to worry about like you may be in a situation that you don't like to be in right now, and it may feel bad, but eventually you're gonna end up making it to some shape or form or not. Whether you want to talk about ascension, whether you want to talk about making it in your actual physical life, that's the realm you in now. If you come back here, eventually you don't have to worry because eventually you're gonna always expand and outgrow that previous form that you're in, whether you try to or not. Because everything is an expansion and contraction. You can't help but to expand. And the bigger your spirit expands, you might expand so much that you may get so big you can't take a physical vessel no more because you was ascending. Ascension and expanding is the same thing. So you might be so big, go big or get so broad and expanded out there as a spirit, so much experience, so much knowledge that your spirit has grown so big you can't even take a regular physical vessel no more, like a 3D vessel, a physical human vessel. So you have to take a higher vessel, a fourth dimensional vessel, a fifth dimensional vessel, etc. in the higher realm because your spirit is too big. So eventually everything is always expanding the contraction. Now, the percentage level, the amount of percentage level that you put in, that is deterrence upon you. Some people put a lot of energy work and a lot of energy time and work and effort and practice the seconds throughout their day towards building, expanding spiritually, physically, internally, mentally, whatever. So they're already making their spirits bigger, broader, and getting faster you could say reach the egg. Shout out to subconscious community, like they use that a lot. I love it. Reach the egg, aka they get much closer to being born and manifested into a higher realm of reality because they're putting so much energy work in. That's why when Rick Ross once said, young people, it don't matter who you are, but if you in a situation where you feel like life not going in your way, you feel like you're a bum, you're not gonna make it, always be doing something, because whether you know it or see it or realize it or not, you're actually building something. You may not see it yet. This is what he said. You may not see, you may not know it yet, but you're actually building something. And then the more I got on my spiritual journey, I started to understand there is a science to that, and a metaphysics to that, and an esoteric meaning behind that. We're always building. So the more energy work you put in, the more esoteric currency you're actually building. You're expanding your spirit, and that's gonna play out and manifest in your life later on if you keep it up as you being the one to make the money, or you being the one to be in a situation where you can actually reap the benefits from that seed that you sow, aka putting in all that work. You can look at it from a manifestation point of view. I like to also look at it from a chakra point of view. That's why I say any area of life that you jump yourself into, the more you spend more time in that, like it could be cooking, it could be art, it could be writing, journaling, music, anything, you're building more awareness and you're making that chakra, that orb bigger. So that energy is not created, destroyed. That's gonna go with you into your next life, and you'll be good at that. You'll be even better at that. And this how people develop talents and gifts because they've already done this before. It's not like something just some guy randomly blew. Woo, Johnny, here you go. So you can sing, and I'll make everybody else can't sing, but just you and a few other people. No, it don't work like that. Everybody's on their own path. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. But you gotta understand that. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I say it's always good to be putting energy work in. This is why they say people, even if you in jail, say you're rapping, you in jail, whatever you do, the more songs that you write, the more energy work you put into your actual craft, even if you're not making revenue from it, when you do finally get lit, or you do finally get put out of the jail system, those be the people who can, you blow up right away. As opposed to a joker that's sitting up in jail, you're not really doing nothing with your time, your space, you're not doing nothing, anything at all. You're going to be a dud when you get out. You probably going to get out and be irrelevant. Way more relevant than you was before. Whereas if you in there and you every day you putting in energy work, you working, excuse me, I'm sorry, you working on those songs, you working on writing your next song, you working on coming up with the different music content you want to do. By the time you get out, you put in so much physical energy work into the craft that you're doing that it can't help but manifest until you blowing up as soon as you get out of jail, or soon shortly after you get out of jail. These be the people who get out of jail and they be lit again. They be very lit. As soon as they get out, they get very lit. Then you got the people who got out of jail and they don't even matter no more. Nobody care about their music. They only listen to their music. You see what I'm saying? They not popping. They not trending no more. That's what I mean by the energy work you put in is important. You see what I'm saying? The fruits that you put in, the seeds that you put in is the fruit that you bear. You see what I'm saying? So that's important to understand. That's the true saying of reap what you sow. You see what I'm saying? But you got to be consistent too, because everything isn't always going to be given to you. You see what I'm saying? Especially depending on there's always different factors. You know, the rabbit hole go deep, so I ain't gonna get too deep into this video because I'm gonna keep it strictly about what I'm talking about with gifts, talents, and abilities. But it's important to understand that though, you always want to be doing something in your life because you're building. You're always building esoteric currency and esoteric energy just by doing something in your life. I don't care if you're not getting paid for it or not. It could even be taking care of fishes or dealing with the plants and animals. It could be something like culinary, learning how to cook, but you're not getting a dime for it. It could be being a public speaker, but you're not getting a dime for it. It could be trying to network with people, but you're not getting a dime for it. Learning how to play a sport in the backyard, playing football. You don't got nobody to play football with. It don't matter. You're learning something. You're accumulating and building on something. You see what I'm saying? And that's esoteric currency. That's energy. That's experience that will be added to your spirit and make you that much more broader. And it'll manifest in other ways in your life later on after the fact. But with that being said, I hope y'all understand what I'm trying to say. Let me know if y'all have any questions in the comment section in the chat. Y'all have a great day. And